What's up, guys? It's SRC bringing you another Modern Warfare 3 gameplay, and yes, I am back. Sorry about the long break there. I actually had a business trip come up and had to go out of town to LA for a week, and unfortunately I just didn't have enough time to actually pre-record a bunch of videos and didn't even think about being able to just list them as private and then make them public each day throughout the week. I thought I was going to have to try and figure out a way to upload them on the road. I didn't really want to do that, and plus I just didn't really have the time to worry about that while I was out there. But I am back, and I will be bringing you Modern Warfare 3 videos every single day. I should appreciate you guys who have subscribed and they continue to watch. It is really what drives me to continue to do this. And any feedback you have or videos that you'd like to see in the future, certainly feel free to leave those in the comments, and I will do my best to accommodate. And so I guess there's a lot to talk about. A lot has happened in the last week, and the one thing I wanted to address to start off with are obviously the new maps, Liberation and Piazza. I've had a couple of games on each so far, and my initial impressions are that they're okay. I'm not super upset with them, not super in love with either of them. I guess I'm just going to kind of reserve judgment until I have a little bit more time to play them. It seems like obviously Liberation's a pretty sniper-heavy map, which is kind of fun to play once in a while, and then Piazza is pretty close quarters. I actually have found that to be more fast-paced on like kill confirm than I have on a game like Domination. So once I play those a little bit more, I guess that'll be some of my next videos, is just talking about more in detail some strategies and thoughts on those maps. And let me know in the comments, though. I'm sure you guys, if you've played them, probably have more time on them than I do, since this is the first I've played them today. And so let me know what you think about them, and if you have any tips for me as I'm learning the maps, what you would suggest. And the other thing I wanted to mention, as I was out in LA here for the last week, I was reading a lot on Twitter and trying to stay connected to the community, and it sounds like 402 tweeted out that they had basically nerfed all Akimbo weapons fire rate by 50%. And when I read that, I was like, wow, that's a pretty dramatic change. It sounds like most people are probably not going to be running the Akimbos anymore, and they're going to be probably just running the Stinger missiles, which is really disappointing for air support. But as I've been playing today, and again, it's only been for a few hours, so I don't know entirely how this is going to change, but I've seen people with the Akimbo FMG9s as much as ever, and they seem to be just as effective as they always have been. And so I haven't noticed any decrease in fire rate or anything that would be breaking at all. So that's really strange to me that they said that they nerfed them that badly, but they still seem really effective. I was running around with an MP5, which is what I'm using in this game here, and it seemed like would start the gunfights, start shooting them, and still lose to the FMG9. So I don't think that they're nerfed or fixed. If they are, you gotta let me know. Maybe I just had some bad situations with them. But it certainly seems like everybody's still running them, and to me at least, it seems like they're just as effective as they always had been. If I hadn't read that tweet or heard people talk about it online, I wouldn't have thought anything at all had changed based on what I've seen in the game so far. So let me know what you guys think about that. And if they were to actually break them, like nerf them badly enough to where they weren't really that effective, or not as effective as a typical primary weapon, is that something you guys would still use? Or would you switch to a pistol? Or would you just run the Stinger missile all the time? Because for me, I think I'm just going to run the Stinger all the time. That's what I've been doing lately. I haven't even bothered to get the FMG9s Akimbo or the Scorpions for that matter. I've basically just been running the Stinger most of the time, and it seems to work out okay. I don't run into too many situations where I run out of ammo, but when I do, it's definitely pretty frustrating. And so then the next topic I wanted to mention, and this I think is a really big change, are the changes they made to shotguns. It looks like what they did is they took out the extended mags glitch, which if you don't know gave you 50% more pellets when you added extended mags to a shotgun. And so that's what really made shotguns playable, is when you got damage proficiency and extended mags. It made a huge difference. But before you had those things, the shotguns were almost unplayable, or a huge disadvantage to everything else that you would play. And so it seems like here the shotguns, what they did is they took out the damage, or I'm sorry, the extended mags proficiency, or the extended mags glitch, attachment glitch, and then they added some damage, or they buffed all of the shotguns except for the striker, which they've actually nerfed or made it worse. And so let me know if you guys have played with some shotguns. The feedback that I've seen online is that this change has really hurt the Spaz 12 the most, to where that's not a gun that you want to use at all anymore, which is kind of unfortunate. That was one that I kind of liked. It was probably my favorite pump action shotgun before, and obviously it has a lot of history through the different Call of Duty games, being a good gun to use. The guns that actually have improved, that are actually good now, apparently, are the KSG, which used to be one of the worst, if not the worst, shotgun in the game, is now actually a pretty viable option. And I played that a little bit tonight just to try it out, and I thought that it was, you know, not too bad. I don't have damage on it yet, but I was actually being able to get some kills at decent range with it. It still is not great without damage, but it's not awful like it used to be. So you can definitely notice. They've definitely changed shotguns enough to notice them. And now as far as the striker goes, that being nerfed, it does sound like, from some of the gameplay I've seen with it, it does look like it maybe takes an extra shot or an extra 2 shots to kill people, and probably has been nerfed. But I haven't played it myself to be able to tell you. I still see people using it more than any other shotgun, and part of that's probably just out of habit. So even if it's worse, they probably don't know. You know, not everyone reads the patch notes or knows what's going on in the game. They just play the game. And so I could see where, even if it was worse, people would still use it just out of habit. But I guess I've seen it taking more shots to kill people, but I haven't played with it. So let me know if you guys have used it at all, and what you think the change was to it. Is it something that you're going to continue to use? Is it still good enough but not overpowered? Because I think that would be ideal, is obviously when they balance the weapons, we still want to be able to use them effectively. I don't think anyone wants them to break these guns so that they're just not playable anymore. But, you know, at the other hand, we don't want people getting one-shot kills from 50 yards away with a shotgun either. So, I don't know. But the model 1887 is supposed to be really good with this new change. I thought it was pretty good with damage before, but now if it's even better, because the model doesn't have any attachments, so you never were able to get extended mags on it, but you could get damage. And so now if they've seriously buffed it and then allow you to get damage as well, it sounds like that's a really good gun. And so I'm starting to see some more MOAB videos with people who are using some of these more kind of obscure shotguns, and I haven't seen too much striker play in people's videos recently. So let me know what you guys think about the shotgun changes. I'm actually pretty excited for them. I think it's overall going to be a good thing. You know, I don't think you should have a gun be completely worthless and have to level it up 26 levels for it to actually be decent. And so if they've really made that change, that's definitely a good thing. And so I'm pretty excited about that. So I appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, I apologize for not posting videos for the last few days here, but I will definitely be back in the swing of things, bringing you more videos every single day. And so I appreciate that, and definitely like your support. It's a huge help for me. And so this game here was a game from tonight, actually. I just grabbed it. It was, you know, pretty good game, not anything spectacular, but it was just some pretty standard silenced MP5 kill confirmed. We won pretty handedly. I finished 35-10, so not too bad. And here's a couple of videos you guys may have missed. The one on the left is my 8th Prestige combat record. When I Prestige for the 8th time, I went back and showed you my stats for the last Prestige, and you can check that out. And then on the right is a video where I was basically showing what the damage proficiency glitch, where you were able to put the damage proficiency on assault rifles and SMGs. That since then has been patched. Thank God for that, because it was pretty awful. And so just take a look at that. You can see how awful that type of glitch was. And if you guys are new to my channel, if this is the first time you're stopping by, or if you're not already, you can go ahead and click that subscribe button, where, like I said, I'll be bringing Modern Warfare 3 videos every single day. Other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the game.